Today, in our devotions taken from the Bible in 366 Days for Men of Faith, we focus on another powerful chapter of the Bible. I know I always say powerful, but this one is powerful, even more powerful than some of the others. 1 Kings chapter 18, verse 30 to 39. 1 Kings chapter 18, verse 30 to 39, reading from the New Living Translation, says this: Then Elijah called to the people, "Come over here." They all crowded around him as he repaired the altar of the Lord that had been torn down. He took 12 stones, one to represent each of the tribes of Israel, and he used the stones to rebuild the altar in the name of the Lord. Then he dug a trench around the altar, large enough to hold about 3 gallons. He piled wood on the altar, cut the wood into pieces, and laid the pieces on the wood. Then he said, "Fill 4 large jars of water, and pour the water over the offering and the wood." After they had done this, he said, "Do the same thing again." And when they were finished, he said, "Now do it a 3rd time." And they did as he said, and the water ran around the altar and even filled the trench. At the usual time for offering the evening sacrifice, Elijah the prophet walked up to the altar and prayed, "O Lord, God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, prove today that you are God in Israel and that I am your servant. Prove that I have done all this at your command. O Lord, answer me. Answer me so these people will know that you, O Lord, are God." Immediately the fire of the Lord flashed down from heaven and burned up the young bull, the wood, the stones, and the dust. It even licked up all the water in the trench. And when all the people saw it, they fell down on the ground and cried out, "The Lord, He is God." Yes, the Lord is God. Angus Bushan, the compiler of these devotions, says, Elijah had incredible faith in God. He allowed the prophets of Baal to perform their ceremony. Elijah called down fire from heaven, and not only did the sacrifice burn, the altar did as well. We have nothing to fear if we trust in Him. This was a great battle among Carmel, and I simply leave with this: our God is awesome. And Elijah, knowing the power of God, said, "Well, you must choose." And they were calling on the prophet Baal. Nothing happened. And then till they brought down the altars and then rebuilt his altar and told them soak it once, twice, 3 times. And so much so that water was around the altar in the trench. Now, how are you going to strike a match? How are you going to light a fire and expect that to burn when the thing is totally drenched in water? You see, when he prayed and the fire came down from heaven, burned up everything, even though it was soaked with water, it was proven that they knew it was impossible for that thing to burn. But with the power of God, nothing is impossible. This is what I leave it from this passage today. Even though so many things happen in this chapter, in this passage, when we read the verses before and the verses after, the key thing coming up, especially for me, is nothing is impossible with God. And when you put God to the test, you will always fail, because God never fails. Never fails. He is all powerful, and He can do the miraculous. And I close up with this one: God will make a way where there seems to be no way. He works in ways we cannot see. He will make a way for you. He'll make a way for me. He will be my guide. He will be our guide. Hold us closer to His side with love and strength. For each new day, He will make a way. Friends, God will make a way. trust Him. Bless.